only reason I'm doing this because I'm inspired to do it, then maybe it helps someone. This is not really about me. It's much bigger. I will be done on forgiveness, trauma, abuse, and possibilities. Quite personal, but also a universal story. Trigger warning. When you're healed, your wound becomes like Christ, their glorified wounds, and He uses them to heal other people who had the same problem. Father Dan, we heal. He, God, has stacked the decks in our favor. Father Dan, we heal. So I watched a video of a wise Jew with a funny hat that really does not look like someone who would speak wisdom. And he does not speak in a deep resounding voice from the depths. He speaks more like a talkative Joe. But what he says is true, and it lands. And he spoke how even within deep suffering there can be dry land. As Moses who parted the sea and walked through dry land to the other side demonstrated. And I set aside my particular point of view about what certain mad people are doing with the wisdom of Abraham and Moses and the prophets, peace be upon all of them. And acknowledged I actually liked the guy. I'm not sure how we would get along if we spent time together, but what he said was true. It made sense. And then there was the ex-Wall Street banker who became a priest and an exorcist. And when he speaks, he explains how he was abused by a priest as a child, and where this took him. And how he overcame all that, healed from it, and is now helping thousands to be liberated and millions to be inspired. And that landed too. I have many bones to pick with the institution, and from my point of view, their sins are not forgiven. That is up to God and to the victims and not anyone else, ever. But listening to that guy, he was genuine. He actually did forgive, and it actually worked. I'd just been in awe of his strength and wisdom and honesty and practical wisdom and just everything about him. Again, had we started a debate on theological points, we would probably end up disagreeing. But I would trust him with his honesty, and if anyone needed liberation, I would send them to him. So I sat with my own stuff, and my case is totally different from others. Health does not include priests in any way, shape, or form, just to be clear. And I thought about my own days of endless torment and days that felt like eternity. I remember how my teacher said the same thing, or similar, and even when I did not fully believe it at the time, the suffering was just too intense. I had faith in his words, and that got me through the day and the next day, and the next day and the next day, until I finally found my way to liberation, and onwards to an almost complete healing. There's still parts of me left, and I'm not completely forgiven, but most of it I kinda did. But as I was walking in a beautiful country road in Ireland yesterday, I started saying my own version of the prayer that ex-bankers said, ex-banker saints did, and it worked for him. Dear God, I did not like what he did to me. It was not okay. Totally not okay. But if it be your will, in your own time, make him a saint you intended him to be, and all of us to become, and lead all souls to salvation. Amen. We all have our own paths. I'm not preaching, prescribing to anyone how to walk it. But if God asked me, I would want any of it to change if it could. The answer would be, not really. Not really. Not really. God bless the banker saints, the happy Jews, and the good men who bring honor to their traditions, as many of the so-called leaders do just about everything possible to bring them to shame. And ultimately, God knows best. Who am I to judge? I'm here to worry about my own grave. My duty is to live fully, shining the light that has been entrusted to me, come what may. For I will not allow anything, anyone, ever to come between me and God again. Amen. Blessings to everyone. Hope this helps.